This one's going to cause a lot of controversy.
Oh, you're the king of it.
And I do not want to smoke it, but I'll smoke it for the podcast.
Ah, you actually have a Cohiba Cuban. What's up, Cigar Club family? Welcome back to another episode of the Cigar Club podcast. I'm Pugh, and alongside me, as always, is Griff Howie. If this is your first time, thank you so much for tuning in. The Cigar Club podcast is where we talk all things cigars with the Cigar Club family. Every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. On today's episode, we are smoking the most expensive cigars in our humidor. And we're talking about our favorite cigars in different price ranges. Griff, neither of us know what we had in the humidor for this one.
That's right.
First and foremost, this is not a flex. This is smoke something good, damn it. Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
That's right.
So I'm very bad at this. Griff, you may not be as bad as I am, but I know I hold on to cigars trying to wait for the special occasion or, the price tag on it. I'm like, no, I've got to, smoke it whenever.
Yeah.
And I always push it off. I'm really bad at that.
I'm more bad at that with bourbon, not cigars.
Yeah. And so this was my idea because I'm sitting on too many cigars that I just never decide to smoke.
I have a couple guesses.
Excited.
Well, I actually don't think you're going to say what you're going to smoke what I'm thinking. First, though, I'm drinking Cutwater Vodka Mule.
Oh,
my headache's back. I'm like, screw it. And it's over here sweating and dripping. Y'all,
you got a solution for that?
Cigar Club drinking vessel, Cigar Club podcast drinking vessel is Pirani. PiraniLife.com. Insulated tumblers. They stack. They hold your drink cold for, longer than you'd ever
top.
need. And it will keep your drink warmer than you would ever need. So,
thank you to them.
We love these so much, my family bought 33 of them. And I'm not even lying.
He's not, folks.
The whole box arrived, and it looked like we were a fulfillment center.
How much did that weigh? Because these have some heft to them.
I don't know. It was heavy.
I bet.
I don't know how much it weighed, but yeah, we absolutely love these cups. Cigar Club podcast will give you a discount if you go pick up a couple or one. But
they've got
singles
and like 3-packs and 5-packs. They've got a whole lot of
all the
options
colors you could possibly want. We went with 3 black and 3 white.
Simple.
But they're amazing cups. Highly, highly recommend. PiraniLife.com.
I'm not drinking it from it right now, but I did get one of the red ones, and I absolutely love that all of the colors except for the red are like a matte finish, and the red are bright and plastic looking like a solo cup. I love it. It's so smart.
Yeah, these are actually like powder coated almost. And they are obviously stackable. And they have I don't know, did you see the bottom? There's a line for your name, which is kind of cool.
Oh, no, I didn't. That's awesome.
Yeah, kind of old school.
I like it.
But highly recommend them. I use them every single morning for coffee and at 3:15 in the afternoon for vodka mules.
Hey, why not? I'm drinking water today because I'm only going to smoke this cigar once, so I want it just to be fresh, neutral. I decided not to have a cigar this morning, so I was going in as neutral as possible today. But
also,
do we want to try to guess?
At my door, and now they're gone.
Oh, that's creepy.
So, I guess
they drop off the package.
God, this freaking solicitors. Yep, go away. I ain't answering you. She's looking around. All right, sorry. I think she'll go away.
Hopefully. She may come to the backyard.
Yeah, wouldn't that be weird? Anyone home?
Awful. No. All right, so do we want to guess?
Yes.
I'm going to have 3 guesses of what your cigar is, and you can have 3 guesses of mine, and then we'll do the official unveiling.
Oh, I don't have 3, but can I narrow it down to one brand?
Sure.
Davidoff.
Correct.
I mean, that was too easy.
Big surprise.
That was too easy. All right,
so I have no idea what this is going to be for you because you don't go for the ultra high-end, $30+ cigars too often. So I think
I also have 2 cigars here, so you can pick which one I smoke. I don't care.
Oh, cool. All right, so I'm going to say it's
2 guesses.
It's either the Padron Torpedo 1964 Natural that I gave you.
That would have been really good. It's not.
Damn. Or it's a Plasencia Almaforte 3. So the Plasencia Almaforte Salomon that I think this is
Nope, we're wrong again.
or it's a Castagli Daughters of the Wind Rabacano.
You're not even close. Wow.
Those are cigars that I know
you're not
have
gonna
or
believe.
smoked.
You're not going to believe. So I'll give you the I'll show you the first one. This was gifted to me by my good buddy Dave. It is the Underground Manifesto.
Oh, nice.
It's like one
Those
big
are event-only sticks.
one big Tootsie Pop.
Yep.
Pretty cool cigar.
I think isn't it called like, I think on the inside it's called like the A, right? Or maybe that's
I don't know.
that's a Liga. I think that's the
Couldn't tell
Liga
you.
one. That's
But
a big old boy.
it is cool. So don't know how much it is, but it comes it's 2 per coffin. Pretty cool. The Underground Manifesto.
Ramsey in the background, go ahead and Google that one. We got to have the official MSRP.
I looked it
of
up,
what we
and you
smoke.
can't obviously buy them, so I guess they are event only.
Priceless.
Yeah,
Not
it's
bad.
priceless, so we should save it. This one's going to cause a lot of controversy,
Oh, you're the king of it.
and I do not want to smoke it, but I'll smoke it for the podcast.
Ah, you actually have a Cohiba Cuban.
So it's a little Cohiba Edición Limitada 2014. And I always thought this was fake
Wow.
until 2 hours ago. I just did some research. Everything is pointing to it's real, which doesn't excite me. But for the people that will say it's fake, which go for it, I don't care. And it very well could be. But there were like 8 key things. All of them
Yeah.
check the box.
All right, so let me run down through those key things. Is the portrait perfectly centered with white around it?
Yes. And there is a emblem inside the face.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
The point. Yep. The
Yeah.
point of the face, is it perfectly centered between the bottom 2 squares that it's in between?
The chin, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the script in the Cuba C, does it pierce it?
Say that one more time.
So if you look where it says Havana, Cuba,
Yeah.
at the bottom,
Yeah.
the C in Cuba,
Yeah.
I believe, and I
didn't
never
see
actually
this one
verified
on
Cubans.
the thing, but go for it.
Yeah, so there's something with the C, if it pierces itself, where it wraps around it.
Oh, it does.
Maybe I'm making...
It does.
I don't know if it's... so this doesn't get us anywhere.
Yeah.
If it pierces it, it's fake, or if it
Yeah.
doesn't pierce it, it's
Yeah.
fake. One of the two. You're going to get roasted in the comments. Half the people will say it's real, half the people will say it's fake.
I
So,
don't care either way.
You don't.
What I
You're not
read,
gonna like
what
it,
I read
whatever it
was
is.
9 squares, 9 rows
Okay.
of squares. The Cohiba was embossed. There was a face, like a holographic face within the face, which there is.
Yep.
Cuba and the face are holographic above that top band area. Cuba in the face bottom. That's the exact same article. And that might have been it.
Another way to do it, Ramsey's got this pulled up in the background, is just to verify that there was a Cohiba Limitad 2014 as well.
Well, I Googled it, and for the price of $4,200, you can buy a box. So that's really appetizing.
Jesus.
It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. So I
Well-
did the little checklist. Everything is showing that it's real. Quite squishy, disgusting wrapper, and doesn't smell too great. So
My man. All right,
Let's
smoke
smoke it.
the manifesto. Smoke the manifesto, because I want you to actually enjoy what we're smoking.
well, I might enjoy this.
No, listen to the negativity you're already bringing
no,
into this.
no.
You're already like, no, this is terrible.
This is
it's
the problem.
squishy.
You set me up, and people like Bullets23 on TikTok, they're going to comment because he's always on our videos. He hates me. So why don't I smoke this? I very well may like it. And then I can tell Bullets, the big Patron guy, that that I might like it. Because I might. I've had it for a couple years. I've saved it for no specific occasion. So
Your mentality is already negative. You got to go in with an open mind, and that mind's been shut off.
well, the thing is with the manifesto, it's so long. I'm like, let me save it for at least a cooler.
I was going to have you go to the
cooler
Cohiba,
day.
so yeah.
Cohiba,
Well-
it is.
I am smoking a
Oh, yeah.
Davidoff.
We didn't even...
You did nail it. No. I wanted to go with yours. It is unbanded, so to ensure authenticity, I have not opened it or started smoking it yet.
So that means it's fake.
But it's a Davidoff Royal Release production original cigar. As you can see here, it still has the label on it. You can never focus with this, but barcode, Davidoff Original Royale Release. This is, got a little breakdown, an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Dominican Republic Piloto Ligero, 10 years of age, San Vincent Ligero, 11 years of age, Piloto Seco, 10 years of age, Hybrid Orlo / Piloto Ligero, 11 years of age, and San Vincent Ligero, 15 years of age. Sorry, some of that filler and binder got all mixed together, but a lot of aged tobacco in this cigar. I think retail list comes in around $46 or $50. The regular production release of the Davidoff Royale is they're like $95 or some insane price. So I've been holding this. Jesus, this smells good.
Ramsey, can you pull up a box of these, the 2014s, and see what they're... I will say the cold draw is not bad.
Okay.
Nice draw. Great foot smoke.
Because normally they can be notorious for having shitty draws.
Great draw. It's a little squishy, so but it's been in the humidor for a couple years. This
smells fucking incredible. I can't believe I'm about to smoke this. I've been holding on to this cigar for about 2 years now.
Really? This cigar just smells old. Which,
like aged tobacco or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this isn't a
size.
This isn't a Robusto by any means. This is like by a 58, maybe.
Ooh, wow.
I think when I Googled it, Ramsey, do you guys say Limitada Edición or Edición Limitada was like the first link. Sketchy website, of course, but try that first link.
Is delicious.
It was like $4,200, $4,600 for a box of 10. Okay. So what does that mean? This thing's a $460 cigar? There's no shot.
There's no shot. But so the regular production of the cigar that I'm smoking, the official release, is $85. And just looking at it, it's pretty much the exact same. So the only difference that I see from this one to the actual original release or the full release is this isn't banded. So
shit on me. This is good.
Wow. You know, I've never actually smoked a Cuban Cohiba before.
Really? I guess I haven't either. So, wow. This is
While I get lit up.
Okay.
What are you enjoying? Like, I want to know, like, you don't ever smoke Cuban cigars, like, what are you digging so far?
No bitterness whatsoever. A little bit of sweetness. Super creamy. No spice at all. A little bit of funk.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Nothing, like, super prominent sticking out tasting note-wise, but...
I mean, so far, you described, most Cuban cigars aren't going to be overly peppery or offensive. They're all going to be usually medium, mild plus to medium in that range. Obviously, you can get Maduros, which probably have a little bit more body to them, but...
Blue smoke.
Beautiful blue smoke. Oh, I got some...
I mean...
You can't see it yet, but I've got some blue
folks,
smoke
listen here. This could be a turn of events.
Uh-oh. You're going to quickly turn into I only smoke Cubans?
No, never. But
oh yeah, I have.
I'm telling you right now,
because of the flag. Beautiful.
This is a pretty good cigar. My expectations were quite low, to be honest with you.
Ooh. This got some tobacco in it. Holy shit!
This is not bad. And I'm also pairing it with a vodka mule, which is probably like sacrilegious. But
yeah, that's a little.
Don't care.
I mean, if it's good, who cares?
I mean, it's a cold, sparkling, gingery, 7% beverage.
So right off the bat, this is dry. Like it's drying my mouth out, which reminds me of like Piloto Cubano, there is a lot of Piloto in this. So I think there's probably some merit to that. It's cedary, it's leathery, Not a lot of fruit notes to it right now. Doesn't mean it won't progress into that, but so far, really good. The cold draw was better than the first initial puffs here. I don't know if that says anything, but...
Not a whole lot going on here in terms of flavor, but I mean, I would smoke it again for sure. I don't have another.
Ooh,
so
okay. So there goes, I'm just through that initial couple puffs. There's that barnyard, musty, mushroomy funkiness that I love with any type of aged tobacco. I don't know. Anymore, I like chase that flavor.
1,000. Here we go with the 1,000% again. Not worth
Already
anything over $30
for yours.
If I
let's see how
did
it
pay
progresses.
$30, it would probably just be because it's a beautiful looking cigar and it's Cohiba, right? If this was an unbanded cigar, no, it would strictly, unfortunately, be just because of the band. But I'll tell you, I was not very excited about it. It's been sitting in my humidor for a couple years, and I'm like, I'll smoke it one day. Here we are on a Wednesday.
Well, yeah,
you.
exactly, right? And that, I think...
No, I'm just kidding. I thought that was good.
I wasn't ready for that one. Here I was about to, go on a nice little rant here, and then you just take my knees out. No, but that was the point of this, right? Is we always talk about smoke something good, damn it.
Yeah.
Or you do. And, I have a lot of these cigars that are just sitting there, and if I don't smoke them, I may never, right? And so I think a lot of what we do is smoking and validating new cigars to include in boxes, and this is going to sound like a first world problem, but sometimes I do miss having the opportunity to smoke something that is not work related. I know that sounds really weird and crazy, but something that I want to actively sit down and smoke to just smoke.
Yeah.
Granted, we're doing this on a podcast, but I think this is a prime example of a cigar that I just keep pushing further down to the bottom of the humidor. I was rotating my cigars the other day, replacing some Bovedas because I needed to. And I saw this one, and I was like, damn, I need to smoke that. I've had it for almost 2 years now. And then we were like, hey, we need to shoot a podcast, any ideas? And I was like, let's smoke the most expensive cigars in our humidor. Yeah. Like I said, not for a flex, but to actually smoke them.
Yeah.
To your point, like what you do with whiskey, you got to drink it. Like crack open that bottle, light up that cigar, and enjoy it. Unless you're particularly or specifically aging a cigar or a wine for a reason, no time like the present. Crack it open. Don't wait for that perfect occasion. Maybe wait for the perfect someone. I personally, was excited to smoke this cigar with you, but I'm glad it's only one side of the camera that's excited to smoke it with the other person.
Just one.
But
it goes to say that no one gifted these, so no one's forcing. These are our personal cigars. We didn't buy these for the podcast. Mm-hmm. This is literally what I had deep in the dungeon, and that's what you had. You've got quite the humidor, though. You've got old warp releases. You got old Davidoffs. Yeah. You got all kinds of shit. I don't. This is literally this and that manifesto. I've got some old warp stuff, which is fantastic stuff, but nothing like at your level.
And
so that's why I had to one-up you.
For me, a lot of it is you did. Kudos to that. I think I only have one Cuban left in my humidor. I don't even know what it is, but it's there. But
you're saving it for a special occasion.
No, this one there's just too many other good cigars to smoke. But yeah, I do have some cool Davidoffs sitting in there. I certainly have some cool old warp cigars, some Skyflowers, original Skyflowers and stuff like that. But anymore, it's just as the humidor stockpiles, like you just forget what's in there. So seeing those cigars as I rotate it, which I think is one of the things that I enjoy about rotating my humidor, is I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that cigar.
So I will say construction 7.5 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Very squishy. And I'm trying to slow down smoking it, but it was kind of loose and squishy to begin with. And I let it sit out for several hours today, but
I did the same thing.
Not the most packed cigar I've ever had.
I pulled this bad boy out about 3 hours ago, and then I let it sit outside for about 20 minutes as I got set up for the podcast, just because it's much more humid out here today in the upper or lower 90s. But I knew this was a delicate aged cigar, so I didn't necessarily want the extreme heat to crack it. But So far, I would splurge on this cigar again at the $40 to $50 cost, but I would not pay the $85 for the banded version.
The part that pisses me off is it's not banded.
Correct, and that's why. Well, and because these are the pre-production versions of the full production. I'll take it at half price, all day.
Well, that's what they should be selling. That a
I don't
band to me is
disagree.
everything.
But I think in this particular line, it's supposed to be a yearly expensive.
Sure.
Is it worth it? I don't think so. However, the flavor of this cigar is really good. I enjoy that aged tobacco notes.
You and I at PCA went to a particular vendor and smoked an extremely special cigar that was aged over 18 years.
Longer than this.
The footnote and the immediate taste
Yes.
validated fully.
%1,000,000%.
Fully. I wasn't going to give a percent, but it validated fully that it had been aged that long. Mm-hmm. It's indescribable.
Correct. 100%.
So I guess my point is, can you compare that scenario or that cigar particularly to this Davidoff?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think if you were to take those flavor profiles that we got, it's half that. I think that's the perfect way. I mean, it's not as intense of a umami, mushroomy mustiness, which I think that cigar indescribable.
Very indescribable.
This cigar has a little bit more nuances that aren't that aged tobacco flavor because it's not aged as much. I'm trying to on the spot put the words to describe the difference between the two. It's half the age of what that cigar was. Mm-hmm. So because of that, you get a little bit more. Think of like maybe the only way I can describe it is a super aged bourbon is.
Yes.
You start to have a lot of oak characteristics to it, and the sweet vanilla flavors take a backseat. With the cigar that we smoked at PCA, those aged, musty umami notes took the forefront. Where on this one, they're a little bit in the back, and you get a little bit more leather, a little bit more cedar, rather than those umami, mushroomy notes to it. So it stands out on its own because it's potentially half the age of what we smoked.
Yeah. That was it. 18 years? Was that the number, or was it 23? I don't know why this
Minimum.
Okay.
Minimum of it. I don't think we got the exact age on it, but it was a minimum of 18 years.
Yeah, that cigar was
batshit
crazy,
insane,
and I feel bad that we only smoked it for 30 minutes. Or
I finished
more,
it.
yeah.
There was no way in hell I was not finishing that cigar.
Yeah.
That was.
I was in the phase of, yep, time for you to go.
Yeah. Nope. I would have stolen all of those if I could have.
Yeah.
But a few things before we jump into the main topic. I know we went on a little.
Here we are, 23 minutes later.
Sidebar. Ramsey's over there probably looking at it like, "Hey, talk about some shit that I told you to talk about." But we do have a few things that we want to talk about here today. We've got some really great exclusives that we dropped here in July. We've got Fratello Balancing Act 2. We've got Botox Signature Edition. We heard your feedback, so we've got those available in 3-packs as well as 5-packs now. And then also we've got the Barbecue Buddha sticks that he selected and validated himself. Those are live on the website now, so you can go to CigarClub.com for those. Also, we should potentially have some links at the bottom of this video. But the main bulk as we smoke...
May I?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know. I just before I lose my thought,
I was
texting Josh, DWID Josh on Instagram, and we were talking about cigars. We were talking about Bocock and the Buddha cigar specifically, and I'm like, golly, that's a tough toss up. We talked about Buddha cigars, Bocock, and Balancing Act 2. All three of which we just discussed, so that made sense. And it's a tough toss-up, man. My gut, and this is me personally, this is all my opinions, so golly, people are going to start sending nasty letters to my family. I really think, for my taste and my profile, Bocock is number 1.
Yeah.
And then Buddha would be number 2. Very, very close to number 2 in balancing act. Completely different blend. So it's not really apples to apples, but would be number 3 in that arena.
Yeah,
Bocock Signature Series, guys, it's unreal.
I think I would probably go Balancing Act 2.
Correct.
And then Bocock, and then Buddha. Buddha and Bocock neck and neck, really. I think there's a little bit more earthy, barnyardy that I really enjoy out of the Bocock that I don't necessarily find in other cigars, which elevates it just above barbecue Buddha. God, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
If nothing else, otherwise they're right next to each other in terms of 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. But
damn good cigars.
Halfway through this podcast, and we're just now getting into the main topic today,
which I don't even really know what it is. So
it's okay. It's been a crazy week here at Cigar Club. A lot of moving parts. A lot of things coming to a head. A lot of projects wrapping up that has been given all of us some extra gray hairs. I know I was pulling them out this morning as I was shaving. So
yep.
Busy week, but topic of the show, what is our go-to price range when buying cigars? So what's our sweet spot for things like budget-friendly cigars, medium-priced cigars, high-end cigars, for high-end ones that we would actually spend that much on, and what is our max spend on a single cigar? I think we've talked about this scattered throughout multiple episodes, but I think it'll be nice to finally put it together in one cohesive episode. But
yeah, my thoughts, I'm sure, will be different than yours.
For sure.
Also, my armpits are dripping wet.
Not me, brother.
Holy.
I got Botox. I don't sweat no more in my armpits.
No.
Yep.
Oh, we'll take this offline, but I don't sweat. I mean, I sweat, but I'm not like a massive sweater. But I'm hot right now, and Botox in the
keep
armpits.
It online. Yeah.
Wow.
Insurance approved.
Did it hurt?
No more sweating. No, it was like 5 or 6 shots in each arm, and then I go back every 3 months.
Oh, God, that's a lot. And you just...
Yep. Better than ruining... I've ruined way too many shirts.
Because you just sweat right through them?
I was... Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, really?
I was skeptical at first, and I was like... They're like, oh, we have cheerleaders that come in high school to get it, and they don't sweat during shows. And they're like, I can do it.
Interesting. So you'd like sweat through the undershirt and then the...
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was an uphill battle trying to battle that. So, totally worth it.
Well, I applaud you for coming out with that. Yeah, I'm a sweater, but I'm not like... I don't think I'm at that level.
God, this stick is good. This stick is good. You would smoke this cigar if no one told you the price point, and you would probably say it's
I'd smoke this too.
Probably 30.
Like for this type of casual conversation, casual afternoon, $460, no friggin' way.
No, God no.
But this is like
I would pay $30
no
for a
transitions
Cohiba
whatsoever for me.
Yeah,
but it's a mild, very very mild. Could be one of the most mild cigars I've had. It's good. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey, there it is. So let's start off at the... I don't want to say the bottom because that just sounds like a negative connotation, but what are some budget-friendly cigars or what you would call budget-friendly? Obviously, that's always going to be dependent on your budget and who you are. But
we're talking price range or brands or all the above?
Yeah, price range and then maybe some brands or particular cigars that maybe stand out in that price range for you. So obviously, you're going to have a different budget-friendly price range than some people. It may be $2 to $3. Some people it's $5 to $6, $7 to $8, whatever. I'll give you some time to think about it. For me, I would probably say $7 to $8, $7 to $9 is my quote-unquote budget-friendly. Now, obviously, that's probably on the higher end for some people. However, when I'm smoking a budget-friendly cigar, it's not necessarily doing yard work. It's maybe I'm walking outside or if I'm visiting a place, walking through the city or something like that. I was thinking about when I was in Memphis, just walking around smoking a cigar. For me, I'm trying to think of a couple different ones. Right off the bat, it's Sereno Wayfarer all day, every day. But I've beat that horse to death.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to quickly just... double check the price of this cigar.
The one, and I hit on the other day when I think we might have been talking about golf course cigars, or I think it was golf course cigars. Warp's Cloud Hopper for like $6.30.
Yeah,
it's
phenomenal.
If you're a fan of like Nicaraguan cigars, I mean, obviously, if you like Warped, you're gonna love Cloud Hopper. But it's so good, and the price
such a
is hard
classic
to justify.
Cloud Hopper and GR88, I think, are classic Warped cigars. Like, if I had to pick two cigars in his lineup that are just scream Warped cigars, it would be those two.
Yeah.
One that I think I just smoked this weekend at the lake. I handed this. I think everyone that smoked cigars at the lake with me this weekend smoked this cigar because I brought a handful of them, and that's the Alec Bradley Coyo Petit Lancero, coming in at $7 a cigar. Stupid good for that price range. I love the size. It's a 6.5 by 41.
Yep.
So it's got a beautiful little tail to it. It smokes way above its price range, which I think to me is what I look for in budget-friendly cigars. Sereno Wayfarer hits well above its price
Sereno
range.
in general,
Bradley
and Alec and Bradley
in general does.
Alec Bradley in general.
Coyo Petit Lancero it smokes like a $10 to $12 cigar all day, every day.
Yep.
You can't beat it.
Nope. Yeah. For budget friendly, I'm in the $7 to $8 range. Maybe get into $9. But this is the thing. Like, when I go to shops in general, or my shop here in town, I almost always, without a doubt, spend $18+
Easily.
Because it's cigars I usually don't smoke.
Yep.
It's cigars that I love. I got my 5 go-tos there that sometimes I walk in there like, all right, what's new? Tell me what I should smoke. Sometimes I go in there and I know exactly what I want.
You're craving something.
But I never go to cigar shops and get budget-friendly cigars. I've never done it. If I want budget-friendly cigars, which, again, you and I are a little bit biased because we get a lot of cigars, but if I'm removing myself from this job and all the cigars that I have, I tend to think that I might still be in that same arena of ordering budget-friendly cigars from like Fox or Small Batch. And when I go to the cigar lounge, when you're wanting to, feel a little bit fancier splurge a couple more bucks or whatever, or pick up a cocktail or whatever, I would probably still honestly be in that $18 to $25 range.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. To me, if like going back to when I was a consumer and not here with Cigar Club, for me, a budget-friendly cigar was a box purchase all day, every day, because then I could have them on hand. Usually, I could get a wait for a special discount or a deal or a sale to go on. Maybe a new version of it comes out and they drop the price. To have on hand for a everyday cigar that I just want to go out and relax for a moment. I don't want to have to think about the cigar too much, but I also still want a great experience because I'm taking that hour to an hour and a half to enjoy something. I don't want to just smoke, a filler cigar and a Cigar International sampler. No diss to that, but if that's what you like. But that's where kind of the mindset I have. But also something that still hits way above that price. So usually in the $7 to $9 range. I'm trying to think of a third one. The Villiger Kareem is a great coffee morning cigar.
Villiger in general, again.
In general, they hit way above its price range. I mean, that Kareem Robusto smokes better than some $10 to $15 cigars that I've had. Yeah,
I agree. Also, I mean, it's some of the go-to brands that we always talk about, but HVC has some really budget-friendly cigars too.
Yeah, Pan Caliente. Amazing.
And there's something to be said for budget-friendly cigars because we all know how much you can really make a cigar for, right? So it's a little much to me but I still pay for them because I love them. But it's hard for me to grasp the fact that I'm spending $18 or $22 on a Plasencia. Love them, would smoke them every single day. But it's like, come on. Like the margin here compared to Lorenzo, where, selection number 1 coming out of his new Nicaraguan factory. I think MSRP might be $9 or $10, maybe. Like there's something to be said for that. Like,
for sure. And I think a lot of it is you pay for the brand, Davidoff's ticket. You take the wrapper off this cigar, it's now half the price. So, there is that. They got to make up their marketing budget. And they have, just think of luxury cars. Sure, the cost of materials, maybe the electronics and all of that do up the price of it, but you're paying for the brand. Right. You're paying for that Gucci bag. You're paying for that, or whatever. Yeah. I don't buy luxury shit. So.
Speaking of, I saw this on TikTok, which to me I thought it was fake until I read the comments and everyone was saying, "Yeah, I've heard about this." And I think it was BMW specifically. BMW is either coming out or they have. We don't have BMW, so I don't know. But they have a subscription, basically, and within the subscription, it'll allow you to use the heated seats. And I'm like, oh, that is a bunch of horse shit.
Oh, God,
are you kidding me?
It's not that. It's not like it's an upgrade to get heated seats in your car. It's your car comes stock with heated seats. No. To unlock that's feature, bullshit. You have to pay a monthly subscription, bullshit. And when you stop paying it, you can't heat up your ass. That's going to be a hard pass.
That's crazy. That's like
people do it.
All cars now, if you want to, drive safely when it's raining and use your windshield wipers, you got to pay us $100 a month. Like, I'd raise
per wipe.
I wish I had a BMW so I could just call them and have a conversation with a human being. You guys out of your mind?
It's only for new models. It's not for existing models.
Shame on them, and they're built here in my city. I wanted to support them, but not after that nonsense. How crazy is that?
No,
I've never heard of such a thing.
No,
that's like
it's insane.
New Apple iPhones. Yeah, well, if you want to text, we got a whole thing here we got to talk about. So, or send pictures. I'm getting fired up.
You are. I could not imagine.
That's crazy.
No.
You want to use lights?
No.
Oh, hold on. Log into the portal.
Settle down now. Can't drive at night with this car unless you pay us more.
That's crazy.
Per day.
That's crazy. No thanks. Hopefully Jeep doesn't start doing that crap.
So, update. Not too much of a transition, although I will say that mushroomy umami has taken a backseat now to some chocolate, some peanuts, maybe not peanuts, nuts, and a little bit of leather. So there are more transitions in this cigar that I would have expected. Normally, a super aged cigar tends to lose a lot of those characteristics that define transition or flavors. Usually but this is, I would say, medium plus at most, but really good.
Not much transition.
I would pay another $40
Mild as all get out. No transitions whatsoever. Creamy, bready. Bread's probably the most descriptive word, but no. I mean, I wish there was some spice. I'm like, God damn, give me some strength here. Give me some more flavors. But it is a very flat, consistent,
enjoyable smoke.
But at this point, I'm like, I'm smoking it, smoke it. Where's the spice? Where's some cinnamon?
Yeah, you want a little bit more to round it out.
And it's a long bitch too.
Did you?
Hell yeah! I'm only like first quarter.
Was it Toro?
I don't know. There's no. There's no.
Have we been smoking this? I don't even know when we started.
We started 38
this thing
minutes
is a
ago,
slow burn,
and I'm not even halfway. So,
well, neither am I. So we'll be out here for a while after this one. So let's move on to the next one, which medium priced. What do you consider a medium priced cigar? What is that? Is that your go-to? Is the medium price range?
I probably would say so. I'm definitely not, and I don't want to portray that I'm only smoking 18 and 25 and Cohibas. Would be great, but I'm probably in the steady, medium, middle of the road, $10 to $13, $14.
Yeah.
Probably 14 caps it. Tend to hang around there. I mean, mostly everything we ship is somewhat in that range. And you can smoke phenomenal cigars in, what was the first?
I think we said like 7 to 9.
But what like maybe stage? What are we calling that? Not beginner, but
budget
value.
friendly.
Yeah, budget value. There's some phenomenal cigars in that area, in all three, really. But I
For sure.
would probably say I'm like 80% in that middle of the road, 10 to 9 to 14 or $15.
Yeah, I think someone's burning something. Anywho, I would say for me, a medium price range is $10 to $15.
Yeah.
Cigars that I would land in that range, depending on where you're shopping. A Liga Privada number 9 to or T52. You can certainly get Vitolas that will fall into that range. I had a store near me one time. I went in there, and I guess they bought it wholesale or at MSRP. They were charging $30 for a T52 Robusto. I was like, oh, fuck no, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Foundation falls a lot in the
great call out
medium, value range.
Tabernacle,
yep,
great cigar.
I was going to grab that, but it's not like.
Well, it's not your highest.
I mean, I love that cigar, but it's Cohiba. I think is a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little $488 or whatever the hell it is. There's some Davidoffs that you can get in that $10 or $15 price range, which smoke fantastic. They're Nicaraguan cigar. Any of their black label cigars usually fall in that price range, and they are fantastic. 702 by Davidoff, I think, is maybe 17 to 20. So around that range of what I would call medium price. That is a killer cigar. I'm trying to think of Warped cigars usually fall in that $15 price range, with the exception of with the exception of like GR88 or Cloud Hopper.
Yep.
All of those, for the most part, especially ones that have come out in the last, or maybe that are like 3 or 4 years old, I think tends to be what I like with a Warped cigar. It has a little bit of age to it. It's mellowed out a little bit. Some of the newer releases, I think, need a little bit of rest.
Yeah. A lot of stuff from Aganorsa is in this range.
Yeah.
Supreme Leaf being one of them, one of our
Supreme
favorites.
Leaf is all day.
Aniversario, Guardian of the Farm, all those around $11-12.
Bygone.
Yeah.
Just stupid good.
Yep.
Ranger. Dude, I've had so many people smoke Ranger recently that I've smoked them with, and they're like, this is killer. My dad loved that cigar.
So something that's actually breaking news here. I've not smoked that cigar. My wife and I.
Okay,
so,
that's right.
So there is obviously some emotional
sense.
things here, but I'm like, okay, it's fucking time. We released this thing in December of last year. So I shipped myself a box, and we're taking it to the beach for her family, her mom's family beach week, and there's obviously me. Megan will probably do it. Her dad, her brother, her uncle, and maybe her other uncle. So 6 or 7 of us. We're all going to smoke it with her. And she's been waiting for the right time, and we've had several of those, but it just hasn't been forefront. But
that makes sense.
Someone smoked it the other day, and like right now is like the perfect time. I've heard.
Gosh,
it's been resting for now more than 8 months. God, we got them in December? I don't even remember when we got them. They were rolled months prior to that. I smoked it fresh. Taryn sent it to us within a couple of days, and it put me on my ass. So
yes, I remember you saying that.
So I'm excited now. It's like the perfect size for me. The band looks so freaking cool. Obviously, there's a great story personally, and so we're gonna smoke it. Allegedly, I'm gonna really push for it this coming week. So I cannot believe, out of all
that'll
people,
be really good.
I want that cigar to be like my go-to cigar. It should be.
It should be. And I think it will be. I think you'll really, really enjoy that cigar.
Right up my alley.
It's perfect any time of the day. It's not going to put you on your ass anymore. Right. And that'll be really special. And I hope y'all enjoy that together as a moment.
Yeah,
but
we're excited. There's a lot of middle of the road, middle ground cigars.
I know, and one just an entire brand just popped in my head. Crown Heads.
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah,
all day. Any of their lines are usually going to fall in that $9 to $15 range.
Some of which are even
maybe a little bit more
budget.
for some of the.
Shots.
I was about to say some of them shots is fantastic.
Juarez, yeah.
What's the one that I'm thinking of? It's an orange label with gold on it. It's a
Luminoso.
mild to medium stick. Yes, that is a stupid good budget to medium budget friendly cigar. Las Calaveras comes in around 12 to 14.
Even that, I mean, thank you, Wes. Wes sent us some 2022.
Yes, thank you. Mine is not
Baby
here
Blues, we'll call them.
Be arriving today.
Baby Blue Calaveras that we're going to smoke on a podcast maybe tomorrow. And middle of the ground, like $13-14 maybe, or less. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great, and for a boutique brand, Pichardos as well, coming out of Ace Prime.
Yep.
And Crown Head's obviously using some of their factories or Ace Prime for some of their releases.
Black Star lines are always, you won't get into the budget with them.
I was just thinking of that.
And you won't get into the premium with them. They're all kind of low teen. Warwich, what a phenomenal cigar.
That's so good.
Great cigars coming from.
It's so
from
funny.
Magnosa.
I mean, one thing that I'm proud of is we ship cigars that we like, right? So if we smoke a cigar and at least one of us doesn't like it, we're not going to ship it. Principal Cigars.
Yeah, that's definitely in
falls
the budget.
in. They've got budget friendly, and then they can crank out some cigars that aren't budget friendly too. You know, they definitely have a couple that hit. Frothy Monkey comes into mind. That hits into some of the higher end, but then you can get something like Bad Principles or the Strafhanger that we shipped a couple months ago. Like, that's a great $7 to $8 cigar that hits well above its price range. I haven't heard one negative thing about Strafhanger.
The size alone is like...
The size is classic. Yeah. It's different. The ticketed, the actual ticket that was like that's history to it.
That band should just like win the Grammy Award of cigar bands. It's you can't.
He has such a collection of cool shit
in all aspects. That was a legit. You know, you go to this guy's house. He's got a beautiful house in Brentwood, Tennessee, and it's like a freaking museum of old artifacts. And he's a collector of antiques, and that just shows exactly what he does with cigars. Phenomenal.
Yep.
Beautiful cigar.
So I think I know what'll be on your list for high-end cigars.
You probably do.
But what do you price define as a high-end? Is it anything over 25? Is it 20 plus?
At a certain point, it's just ludicrous to me.
Diminishing return.
I would probably say, $17. We didn't account for 16, but I think we stopped at 15. But I would probably say 17 to... What star is the one? The Rabicano is 27?
Rabicano? 27 or 30? Yeah.
So, I would probably... In the Solomon of the Almaforte is, I think, 27...
25 to 29, depending on where you go.
So I would just round it up to 30. I would say 17 to $30. I have personally not paid, even like Alec Bradley Fine and Rare. That is Alec Bradley's premium cigar. I mean, I don't use that in the negative constant. Their other cigars aren't premium.
No, not at all.
That is their high dollar, their Big Daddy, and that was 24, I think, which I smoked, and it God,
you loved that cigar.
Smoked two back to back.
I got to find that one.
And I would probably say cap it at 30. Other than that, it's not for me.
For me, this is going to be weird because I'm going to have this gap between medium and high end or top shelf. For me, it's 25 plus. I think my cap would be at $50. I would buy a $100 cigar just for the novelty of it, I think. Like in Vegas, like if we went to the Davidoff Lounge, I would buy the $100.
Okay,
cigar.
I would do that for that occasion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just going to go.
I'm with Ramsey. We're in Vegas, sure.
Yeah,
but I go to my local store in town. They have Davidoff, but they don't have the biggest selection.
I'm glad none of mine have Davidoff, or else I would be.
I just, we've talked about Davidoff for well over a year at this point. I just need to order a Davidoff sampler or something. Maybe we'll do it in Mobile in a couple weeks. I don't know, but I feel like maybe I would
go around
like them.
Try to find something. I think
$17 to me, knowing just industry prices and how things work, that's a lot for an hour and a half. But on the other hand of this, you could be at a fancy hotel and pay $15 to $20 for a cocktail, and there's no craft other than mixing it. And so there's craft to that. I don't want to diminish the bartender here, but it's whiskey coming from thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons into a bottle. And I know it's a longer process, but you know what I mean. So,
but and it's all perspective, right? Some people that's a no-brainer. Some people would scoff at the idea of paying $18 to $20, depending on where you live as well. Sometimes you can probably spend $30 on a cocktail in some of these higher-end areas. For me, 25 plus, capped at 50. Brands that I immediately go to: Davidoff, a Toro Fuente. I would put in Atabey in there, Byron in there. Trying to think other brands that really hit that. Some of the Castagli are up there. I don't think, going back to medium prices, and maybe it falls in that gap, Casa 1910, a new brand coming out.
15 to 18 bucks.
They're 15 to 18 bucks, I think, kind of hits that middle ground really, really good. So I think there is...
I'm trying to imagine myself in, not my humidor, but in the shop's humidor.
Plasencia, the Almaforte.
Oh, of course.
I smoked that the other day. That was fantastic. I think I spent $27 on that. I really, I'm glad I did too, because that would have been really awkward as much as you enjoy that cigar. But I'm also easy to please, right? Like, it doesn't take much for me to enjoy a cigar.
You forgot, unless you said it, Davidoff.
I think that was the first one I said.
Okay. Yeah.
I think so.
Definitely in that premium category. Gurkha, for what it's worth.
Nope.
Well,
never
smoked me either, but...
What if we're sleeping on? Oh, Padron. You don't like Padron as much as I do.
I could be sleeping on Gurkha too. I mean, I was sleeping on Cohiba, and I'm not saying I'm going to go buy a box because I'm not, and you can't, but it's fine. It's not... It's fine.
Yeah, given the opportunity, you'd smoke it, but on most occasions, you probably won't.
And this is the only one I have, so here we are, August 3rd.
Darn. August 3rd, 2020, Griff smoking his first Cohiba. Me, on the other hand, still haven't smoked one, but I'm not really, not anymore at least. I'm not dying to pay those prices.
At this stage, I'm exactly halfway. It's getting into like soggy kind of... what's the word I'm looking for? Just not well put together tastes. It's going downhill a little bit for me.
Interesting. I'm about halfway through. I'm just now having a little burn issue that I think probably should correct itself. It is a little windy here, but the aged tobacco notes are certainly taking a backseat now to cedar, hay, a little bit of bread like you were having. It's certainly a creamy smoke, but it's a creamy texture smoke, not too much oil on the mouth, but it's not a cream flavor to it. But I mean, it's a damn slow burn, which lends itself to the value, right? Well, if this cigar takes 2 hours to smoke, I don't mind $20 an hour. Like,
one way of looking
you go to
at
a movie and if you're getting popcorn, you're spending like $50 for two people.
Damn, I hadn't
movie may suck
in years. You don't
watch.
No, we do,
movies
but anyway. We hadn't been to the movies in forever. I think Megan has a thing for movie theaters. Like, doesn't love them. Although this was the last time we were at the movies with our neighbors in Pensacola, watching. God, I couldn't even tell you. The alarms go off in the theater.
Oh shit!
Never experienced that. We take like these back alleys, which was kind of cool to see, like behind the scenes of the movie theater.
The exit signs that you don't ever actually get to take.
Right, but it went on for like 10 minutes. We were in the middle of the movie, and I'm like, oh shit! So we just left, and it was like already 10 or 11 o'clock at night. But movie theaters are a little bit interesting. Did I get a what?
Did you get a refund?
Oh no.
Oh hell no! I'd be getting in there getting
a whole
free tickets.
No, people are going ape shit. They think it's some like thing going on and
catastrophe.
So,
yeah.
Just a little.
The popcorn machine, the butter burnt and smoked up.
Know, but it was pretty crazy. I was like, oh shit, this is like interactive. And all of a sudden, like the movie like cut off. I'm like, oh shit, this is real.
Oh shit, we should probably find the nearest exit.
I was like, all right, let's go. That's why they tell you to find the nearest exit before you.
Yeah. orderly fashion, single file line.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is fun. I enjoy this. I'm curious to see what everyone kind of in those price, like what's your budget-friendly price range, your medium price range, and your high-end price range. I think that's something that obviously changes for each person, and maybe your one single go-to stick in that price range. I think it'd be really cool. God, I didn't think of a giveaway.
Well,
I didn't.
I would like, if that was the question, I'd like
it was
to know your range, but also like one cigar that you could categorize. One of your favorite cigars. Like, what's your favorite budget-friendly cigar? What's your middle-of-the-road cigar? And what's your favorite high-end cigar? And I'll send you a 5-pack of Cohiba. I'm just kidding.
What the?
Just kidding.
Yeah,
you will not be getting that. And how about this? We'll send you a 3-pack of, if we have it, maybe. But our favorite budget-friendly cigar, our favorite middle-of-the-road cigar, and our favorite. The high end could be iffy, but we'll find something.
Yeah, we'll put something together. I think that'd be really fun. Yeah. So, comments below. Give us your price range for each of the 3 categories: budget-friendly, medium price, and high end, and a single cigar that you think fits that mold that you enjoy. Yep. We'll select our favorite and send you out a little 3-pack sampler.
Yep.
But before we go, we've got a couple. We got our question of the week.
Oh, yeah.
But we got a couple call-outs. We do finally now have a discount code for all our podcast listeners. So use the code PODCAST on checkout to receive 20% off any retail or most retail items on our store. Some things we can't discount, but most items are going to qualify for that 20% discount. So use the code PODCAST. We did have a couple people use it already, so thank you for listening and your support. And then I got a little teaser. I got a little of announcement, which really gets me going. And we're going to give a little bit more information week to week until we finally drop the big one. But if you've been wanting a higher end, top shelf subscription, you may not have to wait too much longer.
Dun, dun, dun.
You may not have to wait too much longer. That's all I'm going to say. So stay tuned. We're going to be dropping some more information, some more specific details on that. But we're going to be putting something together super special. It will be limited to make sure that we can get everyone the best sticks. But it's going to be a really cool experience. We've got a lot of fun things that are going to be associated with it, which we'll be dropping more of here in the coming weeks, the coming episodes. So stay tuned. Podcast, Instagram, email, TikTok. You know all the cool places that we're on. But Griff, I'm going to read. Did you answer the question of the show last time, or did I?
I don't remember, but I don't know the question, so I'm happy to do whatever. I might not have an answer.
I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at it yet.
Where's all this information stored?
You know, our great producer drops a pre-show outline for us.
Never gotten it.
Every single pre-episode in our chat together.
Never gotten it.
With us 3. It's in there.
No.
Because I clicked on it in that
blocked.
chat. So I guess I'll just read it then since...
I must be getting it blocked.
So our question of the show... as we're going to start now wrapping up each episode with a question from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever they are. This one comes from Mojo Jojo 12160.
Wow, what a name.
Mojo Jojo, I think was that Samurai Jack or Powerpuff Girls? I gotta know. Mojo Jojo was from Powerpuff Girls. Nailed it. Back to the question.
You would know that, okay.
Thank you. What do you guys do when you can't finish a cigar? Sometimes I have to do something and I don't want to toss a good half away. That's
what a
tough.
question.
Do you want me to answer or do you want to answer? I mean, we both can answer, but do you want to go first?
Go for it. I've already gotten roasted enough on TikTok.
You can get, I'm not going to get roasted. Everyone loves me. I just don't read the comments, so therefore I don't know if they've actually roasted me or not.
They have.
At least on TikTok. The YouTube comments are great. I love.
Yeah, YouTube's great.
I love all
Everybody's
of you over at
nice.
YouTube. Y'all
TikTok
are super
is a
nice.
bunch of bullies.
It's why I don't read those comments. For me, one, I try to avoid it. So if I don't think I'm going to have time to finish a cigar, I will maybe go for a shorter Vitola or maybe a cigar that if I have to put it out, not the end of the world. if something, certainly emergencies come up where, we can't finish the cigar, usually I'm not going to relight it. I'm going to just let it go. It's going to be what it is. If it's something truly special, I would maybe grab like my Zycar where there's no back to it, and I'll try to go maybe an inch down from the cherry and cut it, and at least try to smoke it again. But I'm going to cut it. I'm going to bring it inside. I'm not going to leave it outside. I'm not going to leave it near the ashtray. And then I'll give it a shot. If I light it back up and it still tastes fine, I'll consider smoking it. Maybe even worth cutting off the back end of it before you smoke it again. That way, any residual oils or tar is cut off. So you're kind of starting both ends fresh. But for the most part, I will try to avoid it with all possible.
Yeah, I've never relit a cigar for what that's worth, but that's why I tend to gravitate towards smaller Coronas and Robustos, because it's hard to have a dedicated hour and a half,
3 hours, even for sometimes even more. Depending on the cigar. So if I
can get like a solid hour, I'm completely satisfied. But if not,
if I can reach the halfway mark, chances are I'm just going to let it go.
Also, if I don't like it, or I got to go somewhere, I call it the solo stove stick. Got a solo stove, and I just go.
At this point, it's just your trash can during the summer.
It's very satisfying. Yeah, my first fire will be very aromatic. Aromatic.
Aromatic.
It's gonna smell great, so I can't wait.
It's going to.
Yeah,
I was impressed you still had it out. You sent me a video of you ringing. It made a good ding.
Oh yeah.
When you threw it in there the other day.
It bounces off the sidewall. That's where I dump all my butts. So my first fire for fall is gonna be a lot of fun.
Or
bands.
Well, no, I guess it's not going to be wet or anything like that. I was going to say wet cigars smell terrible, but you're indoors in a nice patio.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why I feel like if you can't dedicate the time, because it is a waste. Like it's a waste of your money. It's a waste of an art and a craft. I tend to always gravitate towards smaller cigars. Unless I'm like going to be. It's a beautiful day. I'm working outside. I'll grab like a Churchill because I'll chief on that for 4 hours. But other than that. Small.
I'm amazed at the slow burn time of this Robusto.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just nearing halfway, and we've been on, it feels like 3
I'm exactly
hours,
halfway, and I'm done with that. So.
Well, I'm finishing this one.
It's going to sit on the ashtray until it hits the solo stove.
I will say, in a wrap-up conclusion, this cigar being $40 or $50 was great. But it was nothing that I should have waited 2 years to smoke.
That's a good call out.
So
I could say the same.
I think there's a good lesson in that. Cubans tend to be something that you want to age a little bit longer as well, though. So I think there is merit in you waiting.
Maybe. I don't know the history of this thing. It says 2014. I don't really know what that means at the end of the day, and I've had it for 2 years now. But I'm just thinking, like, if I was here with some buddies celebrating something or just having a casual night and I was smoking it, it just didn't excite me. Like, I can't say, oh my God, I can't get enough of this. Like, I'm not even smoking it anymore compared to just recently, like Botox, I couldn't put it down. So, like,
I think you smoked back to back too. So I think there's some, I think there's a lesson in that and to the point of this episode, smoke them if you got them. Stop waiting for that special occasion because more than likely you will never find the right time. It may not actually live up to that occasion. And
and mostly always
enjoy them while you can.
You can get another, with the exception of some, i.e. this one.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can, but
for sure,
take out a second mortgage. But
well, this was great, Griff. Thanks for smoking a Cuban on the show and actually not hating it.
Didn't hate it.
You're redeeming some brownie points
for all those bullets with 3 Z's 23. Did not hate it. So
he may be your friend now.
Maybe
he may give you some golf claps in the comments below. But once again, thank you all for joining us for another Cigar Club podcast. As always, happy smoking
and smoke something good. Damn it.